Man is not for production. Production is for man. So we've come to believe that everything must be subordinated to the economic. Have 11 children, enough to buy only 10 hats, cut off the head of the 11th child. The economic is primary. Man becomes subordinate to economic conditions. Coffee is thrown into the ocean. Milk spilled. Grain stored. Bananas thrown into the sea. And 2/3 of the people of the world are going to bed hungry every night. And why? Simply because man has been made a slave of the economic, and production has come first, not the human. And incidentally, it is this that has bred the revolutionary spirit in the economic order among the workers. Much more than a tension between capital and labor. Far deeper than that, and few have seen it. And if man revolts, it is simply because he knows that he has a destiny, that he was not made for the economic and for production, that production and the economic were made for him. He's the noblest thing on earth. Not a price, not a profit, not some anonymous organization to which he belongs. The logic of all of this is Russian. Here, of course, with our mechanized civilization, man is economically free. Not as economically free as he should be. He's free to sell his labor. Politically free. But notice the logic of communism. Communism comes along and says, let man live for work alone. Remember, we had, in discussion of work, two ideas. One, the result which was produced, and the other, the development of human personality, man's intention and image going into work. The communists have said, let us destroy personality. There's no God, there's no divine image in man, there's no spirit, there's no soul, there's only work. Produce, produce, produce. Our happiness would be lost to this world if we did away with all of our technological progress. What then is the answer? The answer is twofold. One economic and the other spiritual. The economic answer is to begin to dignify the worker. How can he be dignified? By restoring his responsibility. By making him feel that he's contributing to something that is his own. By giving him a sense of responsibility. And that will be done by giving the workers some share in either the profits or management or ownership of industry. Not all the profits. Capital must have its just share. Let the government give up some of the excess profit taxes so they will not be spent through bureaucracy. Let some of that be given to those who help produce a social good and our social wealth. Then both shall have a share. Both shall be dignified. Today in our economic order, one is always asked, are you for capital? Are you for labor? Why be asked that question whether we are for capital or labor? Capital and labor are classes, and no class is always right. We have suffered a great deal in the past from capital, and we could suffer a great deal from labor. And instead of being for either capital or labor, we be for both. Just like asking which is the more important, the right or the left leg of a man. Both. Let them work together, producing the common goods and social wealth. Then man will have a sense of dignity, and let that care which is given to him not be readily negotiable, so that he will always have a sense of responsibility in the place where he works. Then the other way, to sanctify work and to save it from being a drudgery, is to do it with the divine intention. We have a mind. We can do different things for different reasons, like dropping money in a cup just to be seen, giving it simply because we see Christ in the poor. There isn't any work in the world that cannot be sanctified. Everything. Raising a sound booth, making a table, sweeping floors, threading needles, working at the routine machines and airplane and automobile factories, all of these can be sanctified and made a prayer, provided they are offered up with a divine intent. Whether you eat or drink or whatsoever you do it in the name of the God who made you. We all have to do work that is unpleasant, but it becomes pleasant when we love someone. Do it out of love. We do it from the love of God. And then we'll understand those who would like to have a Christ proclaimed as the patron of the workers, that this is not just the answer. And those who say that Christ, the worker, is friend of the laborer, quite forgets that the capital ought to have a friend too. And our blessed Lord was not just a carpenter. He was not just a poor man. Our blessed Lord was a rich man who became poor. For being rich, he became poor for our sakes. Our blessed Lord was, as it were, a capitalist who became a laborer. Let us not forget that this worker who fixed the flat roofs of Nazarene homes was also the one from whose fingertips there tumbled planets and worlds. Let us not forget that he who labored in a carpenter shop was also the very one who carpentered the universe itself. Therefore, he is the bond that will bring capital and labor together, restore the dignity of man, for he is the only one in the world of whom both capital and labor can say, he came from our rank. He is one of our own. No work is ever degrading. It is only workmanship that can be degrading. Every work in the world is noble. It is done out of love for God. Bye now. God love you.